Hey, it's me. For this week's video, I may have signed up for an impossible task. Hate it when I do that. I may be setting myself up for complete and total failure. So that's great. Get ready for that. I have done my fair share of makeovers on this channel. Squishy makeovers, dollar store makeovers, thrift store makeovers, etc. But today I am going to attempt to make over some plushies, but these plushies are different, okay? They are some of the most interesting, odd. I just gotta say it, they're ugly. They're ugly. I think they're ugly. Ugly is subjective, okay? So when I say I think something's ugly, I'm very aware that that doesn't mean that they're actually ugly. That just means that I think that they're ugly. There very well may be people out there who think that these are the most adorable things that they've ever seen. And if you happen to be one of those people, I am so proud of you for looking at the bright side of life. I actually opened these in a recent mystery unboxing video, and I had no expectation for what to find inside because there was no indication on the packaging of what these would look like. Boy, I was surprised. Granted, they were very cheap, so the quality just isn't there. Today, I'm gonna see if I can give all three of these plushies a makeover and turn them into something that's more my style. Plushie makeovers are a little bit of a challenge because unlike something like a squishy or a thrift store thing, you can't just paint over the whole thing. You have to be selective with what you choose to paint over, and you can only change so much. And there's a lot to be changed about these. So I'm gonna have to be a little bit strategic and creative with how I fix these. It's gonna get interesting. Honestly, I have no clue what I'm gonna do, but it's time to figure it out. Okay, so here are my new little friends.
Hi guys!
Prepare to get butchered and painted on.
Don't worry, that's how I treat all of my friends. It's really fun. Come over to my house anytime, you'll love it.
Now, one of my main icks about these plushies is actually the very cheap filling. It's kind of part of the gimmick. They're called crushy stuffy, no, crushy fluffies. Crushy plushies. I don't remember. Because when you open them, you have to crush the plush to kind of loosen all the beads up and kind of form it. It's a weird experience. I could certainly rip all of these beads out and replace it with nice, decadent fluff. Perhaps I should have. But unfortunately, this is not a change that I'm going to take the time to make. I chose to focus my time more on the visible elements that are currently accosting our eyeballs. First, we have the strawberry red panda. I only know this is strawberry themed because the insert. I don't think I would have known that otherwise. If there are good ones, she's one of the good ones. The arms are a little bit strange and noodly, and the feet are just, oof. These feet. It's almost like they're sewn on sideways. I don't get it. Why did they do this to the feet? That looks highly uncomfortable. This arm seems to be a little deformed. The face is fine. It's kind of cute. But then on the head, we have this little treasure, weird silicone dripping topping thing. It bothers me how it's not completely attached to the plush, so it's kind of like weirdly flapping off of it. Also, those sprinkles. I gotta say it. Pathetic. The tail is in a different fabric than the body. It's kind of weird and scratchy. And then, oh please, stop the crunching. Finally, we have the randomly glittery stomach. We just needed to slap on a glitter finish in just the one area when nobody asked for it. It just feels a little bit random. Okay, let's get to work on this girl. I think of the group, she's gonna be the easiest to rescue. And oh, hi. Yeah, did I mention you're gonna get stabbed too?
That's another thing I do to all my friends.
I'm using my stitch ripper cutting thing that I found in my sewing kit. Seam ripper. That's what it's called. I'm gonna use this to carefully remove the feet, and this is how it would look if the foot was sewn on normally. Look at that. Just turn it around and it almost looks normal. Get that other one out of there. And moving up, you're next. I'm taking her arms as well. We're just completely de-limbing this girl. And fortunately, there was almost zero trace of them once they were gone. Look, it's like you never had limbs to begin with.
See? I told you I'll take care of you.
I'm scared. While I'm at it, I'm cutting off that butt tag and hey, yeah, removing the tail too. And then there's just that one last piece. We're gonna scalp ya. I'm ditching that silicone thing as well. It put up a little bit of a fight, but I won. Removing that thing left these weird little holes and bits of silicone showing out of the top, so I'm gonna have to just cover up the head. But essentially, she's been completely rid of all extra parts. Why is she so much cuter without all that stuff? Look at that.
She's cute!
I debated re-sewing her feet on in a non-deformed way, but I think I have an idea I like even better than that. So I ended up just ditching all all of it. Your body parts are garbage. Oh, wait, what's in my trash? Don't look at it. I feel exposed. I was thinking, the shape of her body kind of reminds me of a popsicle. I thought that I was really clever for noticing this, but then I realized the packaging was literally a popsicle. Maybe these are actually already supposed to be popsicles, so I guess I'm just gonna make that more official. I brought in this popsicle stick, and after a nice quick
Beating. I love you. I'm sorry.
yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
So in order to insert this, sorry buddy, it's gonna be a minor surgery here. So I'm just gonna go right in with my scissors and just make a little incision, just simply, oh gosh, okay, why is this so hard? Let me just get in there and figure out what's happening. Oh boy, she's bleeding. Okay, we're losing her. Turns out there's an inner lining which was keeping the stick from going through. But once I finally figured that out, we're in business here. Oh, that's cute. But for now, I'm gonna remove the stick, vacuum up those guts. I'm actually going to paint the stick in a popsicle stick color,
Which it already was.
Why? I want it to look cohesive with the plush, and so I want the stick to look a little bit more cartoony and toy-like. I want to get rid of that wood grain that you could see before. It's looking too realistic. Next, I get to focus on the plush itself, starting with the head problem. I'm grabbing a piece of green felt and creating a little awkward leaf shape on there. Cut that out. Apply some fabric hot glue and stick it on. This is going to be her little strawberry top. I kind of glued back the fronts of the leaves to kind of make them stand up, and then I added a little stem in the center. Yeah, okay, that's unique. It's cute, I think. Jumping into the painting, I'm gonna start with this red paint, which was made to match perfectly with the existing red color of the fabric. I'm painting over the entire ears, bye-bye, white dots, and awkwardly large inner ears. Once that's all cleaned up, I'm going in with a lighter pink over the belly area. I'm not a huge fan of the glitter finish on this, just because the glitter isn't repeated anywhere else on the design, so it just seems a little bit out of place. Plus, I think I have an idea that will look cuter. What I didn't realize was how many coats of paint it was going to require to get rid of it. I went over this again and again and again, and it just kept coming back.
Go away.
Finally, I moved on to painting some pink inner ears, and then added a little strawberry leaf to the tummy patch to make it look like the tummy patch itself is a
Strawberry.
oh, ew. I added some little red strawberry seeds to complete the look, and some pink freckles to the face, just to change the face up a bit, make it my own. Once the paint was all dry, I brought back in my old friend.
Hey, buddy. Hi.
Oh boy, not this again. Time to shove that in there. I glued it in place to secure that all together, and here is the final before and after. You know, it's not like hugely different, but I feel like the changes that I did make all the difference for me. I think this is so much cuter than before. All the colors are cohesive, and I think the popsicle idea is actually really cute. She looks cuddly and delicious at the same time. I just want to take a bite out of her and then give her a hug.
Okay.
On that note, let's move on to the next one. This is the axolotl, and this girl is
All types of crooked.
her little fins are kind of sewn on unevenly, and then she's got those same whack feet. Her arms are definitely not aligned. Wow. This thing's a problem for me. Oh, and it's
Transparent. No.
why is it transparent? She does have a tail as well, which unfortunately is here to stay. The way it's sewn on, it would create a gaping hole to remove it, but at least it's made with the same fabric as the body, so it's not as bad. And we have the glittery belly again, which I think it actually looks better on this one because at least we have the glitter fins to match. So glitter, I don't know, kind of helps. Let's get to work. First, I'm removing the arms. Next are the feet.
Bye-bye.
Then the butt tag can leave us. Finally, the little silicone top. See ya. Yay, get this garbage out of here. In order to cover up all the remnants of this atrocity, I'm breaking out my deco cream. It comes with a little piping tip, so you can create a fake little whipped cream dollop. After a day or so, it was completely dry, so I can get into the painting. I'm gonna go over the glitter belly with a light pink color. I'm hoping by simplifying the colors a little bit, it's just gonna make the design look a little bit more cohesive expensive because there was a lot going on here before. That is going to require 1,000,001 coats. So perfect. I've been waiting for an opportunity to say this in a video, and this is
Just as good a time as any.
There is a massive art collab happening on YouTube right now using my book. It's a group of 50 artists, and they are passing around a physical copy of my Create This Book 3. Each artist is creating a couple different pages in their video and then mailing the book to the next person. It's been so fun to watch everyone who's been involved so far. I've discovered so many new art channels that I'd never seen before, and I'm just so honored that my book is a part of this awesome collaboration. I have a full playlist. I'll link it down below. It includes each of the videos that have been released so far. They're actually still coming out, so every time I see a new one come out, I just add it to the same playlist. Please check it out. Okay, once the pink areas are done, I'm bringing in a couple different colors, which are each taken from the different colors within the little tie-dye pattern that's happening on the body, and I'm adding these in as sprinkles. So, okay, here we go. Nice. Once that's done, all that's left is to paint the backs of the fins and of course add the popsicle stick because she's gonna be a popsicle too. And here is the final makeover. Again, it is kind of subtle differences, but with these few changes, I'm so much happier with this version. I just think it really helped to make her design look a little bit less tacky. So we're good. I'm happy with this. Moving on to the final plush. Oh boy, here he is. We've reached the problem child. This one, in my opinion, is by far the ugliest, maybe, of the whole series. Ooh, ugly. Like this stiff, scratchy tail. Ugh. The completely uneven arms. Like, bro, that's just blatant. And why are they yellow? The transparent silicone, the scratchy pink beak. The way the beak is sewn in is creating an odd bunching of the fabric. And the weird patterned belly, what is that? Is that camo? It's rough. Sorry. So this might be a challenge, but I'll start with the things that I know I'm gonna do. Cutting off the feet and the arms and the tag and the tail.
What? The tail? Yes, the tail.
I know that removing the tail kind of makes it seem like less of a platypus, but I'm sorry, sweetie. I just can't with that tail. Finally, the stupid drippy thing. We gotta get that out too. Ugh. And okay. Ugh. It's still ugly. With this one, some of my removals left some pretty gnarly remnants behind, so I actually had to stitch back the fabric to repair it in those areas. There. That's fine. Next, I'm bringing back the Deco Cream. This worked for the last girl, so hopefully it can help you too, buddy. I'm gonna stick on the piping tip and create a nice little dollop for his head. And you know what? He needs a little something extra, because he's extra ugly. So I'm adding a cherry on top. After letting that dry completely, I'm gonna go over the cherry with some paint. Again, I felt like the natural finish of the cherry was a little too realistic, and I wanted it to look more toy-like, so I painted it so that the colors would be brighter and look flatter. Then it's time for that belly. I'm gonna go over the belly in a nice creamy white, many coats of that, of course, before I start on the bill, which is one of the worst parts of this whole freaking thing. I'm attempting to turn this into a chocolate platypus, so naturally we're doing a chocolate bill. Unfortunately, I think a big part of this one's ugliness problem is how high up the face is. It's like this thing has no forehead. If it were moved a little bit lower, I think it would look cuter. The fact that the stitching of the beak creates that weird bunching right in the center of the face just makes it look odd. Sadly, I'm not going to be able to fix either of those things without literally remaking this whole plush. I'm just going to have to work with what I got here. After a couple coats of chocolate, I added some little chocolate swirls on the belly to give it a chocolate swirl fudge kind of look, you know, like ice cream or something, which makes me think maybe that's what the camo was supposed to be. Do you think? I added a little bit of fudge under the cherry and then went over that yellow in his eyes because I feel like that yellow is just currently kind of coming out of nowhere. Please hold your applause. Wait, what do you mean nobody's clapping? Let's keep a good thing going here. I'm adding in that popsicle stick as the final step to this transformation. I think I can say that it is an improvement, maybe? I did not have high expectations for this one at all because I think too many of his problems are unfixable. In reality, I think he should probably just be incinerated. But But, I mean, you know, cutting off all his limbs and putting a dollop of whipped cream on his head, that's fine too. I think at least he has a theme now. Overall, I think that all of these were a little bit challenging, but I am happy with the results. Honestly, a part of me wants to go buy more of these so I can continue destroying them. I don't know, what do you guys think? While I wish I could change a few more things about them, I am happy with how they came out. I hope you guys enjoyed this project. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next week. Bye!